Okay, we have a 1750 battle report for you today. I have my foot Eldar army, Wraithlords, Wraithguard, Avatar, Eldrad, Warwalkers, 2 units of Guardians, 2 units of infiltrated Pathfinders. One group of Pathfinders is in here. They're up on this high building over here. We've rolled it. We've just said we're going to do the number of inches you roll is how far you go up in the building, and then we'll keep track. So if someone tries to catch you, we just have to walk up the building. And I'm facing Space Marines. It's a bit of a rematch of a recent 1250 battle. Just 1750 this time. There's a squad of nasty guys inside there. Some kind of a stern guard squad in a vehicle somewhere. Whirlwind over there. Predator with autocannon and las cannons. Squad with a guy with a missile launcher over there. I think outflanking there is another whirlwind. Sorry, not a whirlwind, but one of those. Yeah, it's one of the scout squad transports. There's 5 Terminators, I think, in here. Pedro Cantor's leading the army. Pretty nasty, and my opponent can try to steal initiative. See if he wants to.
The Librarian and Pedro Cantor are inside this thing. Okay?
Librarian and Pedro Cantor are inside that vehicle.
With
okay,
the
cool.
stern guard.
Beautiful. Okay, here we go. This is going to try to steal initiative. No, almost, but no. Rolls a 5. So I will be going first. Back in a bit. An earthquake. The shroom is rolling over and crushing Wraithguard. So what happened? Top of turn 1 for Eldar. Guide over here. Fortune on the Avatar. Fortune on the Wraithguard. They moved out and ran. We decided to go down this sight line even though we're out of cover because we're going towards there. Shooting from these guys. Shooting from the snipers. Shooting from both squads of Guardians with the missile and scouties there. Managed to kill all but one guy. Somehow that one guy survived, but he made his leadership and he's sticking it out there. So I hail a fire on that guy. Fire from these dudes got a penetration onto that flying whirlwind there, or whatever it's called, but made his cover save. Firing from this guy, lucky shot, managed to get into that Land Raider, and we immobilized him, so that was pretty lucky there. This guy over here fired missiles. Bright Lance was out of range from behind this cover at that Predator. Missile missed, so it didn't even hit him at all. So we were just firing there. Everything else just moved up and ran a few inches, moved up and ran a few inches. That was about it. So we're on to bottom of turn 1 for Space Marines. So what we got here, to bottom of turn 1 for Space Marines. Tons of shooting, so that vehicle there popped smoke to continue creating a wall. The army stayed where it is. They're going to try to take some rounds of shooting, take me out here. Orbital bombardment dropped in here. Despite my 5+ cover saves rerollable, only one of these guys survived, and I decided to take a risk. I put one of the saves on my 4+ invulnerable Spiritseer, and he failed both his 4+ rerollables, so he's just toast as well. So 4 guys died from that unit, but they're fearless, they don't care. Over here, 1 guy died from shooting from a combination of heavy bolters and storm bolter and assault cannon. Here managed to kill 1 guy because of their cover saves. And that guy just shifted around behind some tree there. We're gonna have to just find an angle to see him, I guess. I guess it's area terrain though, but we'll figure it out. And that was, so this guy over here fired into the Warwalkers, but only got 1 penetration, 1 cover save through, because the squadron had cover, and I made both cover saves. Over here, a missile from that flying scouting vehicle managed to get through and cause a save, no cover, on this guy. Just goes down to 2 wounds right here. So on to top of turn 2. Rounding up top of turn 2 for Eldar. Fortune succeeded on these guys, failed on the Avatar because of the Librarian's hood, and then I rolled 6s to try to guide these guys. So crazy, it just fails. Perils of the warp, but luckily it didn't get through to wound me eventually. Not an amazing turn. These guys tried to fire at that flying vehicle again, couldn't do anything. These snipers finally, 4 of them were able to see past that tree, and so they managed to kill that guy there. He made some cover saves because of sniper fire, but he died. This guy here moved out into the open, was close enough to fire the Bright Lance, but missed with both Bright Lance and Crack Missile. This guy moved over here, missed with both Bright Lance and Crack Missile. I should mention, both of these guys rolled at the start of turn to see if they went cuckoo, but they didn't, mercifully, because they weren't within range of anything. These guys just moved up, and then I ran them back actually a couple inches. Once this guy was able to move close enough up here, I figured I'd like to have Eldrad there to at least make it so that this guy doesn't go cuckoo. What else happened? These guys had nothing left to shoot at, because that guy died over there. So they just moved over and ran 5 inches into the trees here. Avatar moved up and just ran a little bit. These guys had nothing left to fire at, so they ran towards this area here. These guys tried to fire through all this stuff over those trees at that vehicle back there, but we couldn't even hit. And that was it. On with the bottom of turn 2 coming up. We're moving forward like a giant ball. Pretty wacky, eh? Okay, rounding up bottom of turn 2 for Space Marines. This thing showed up. Decided to go on this side of the board because it was able to choose. I thought maybe my opponent might have put him near the objective there, but instead he came here, heavy flamer, cooked 2 or 3 guys because there was only 2 or 3 in range, shooting from the vehicle, blew away most of them. I think one more heavy bolter shot in there, just blew them all away. Lots of failed 1+ saves, just cooked instantly. That thing went out 12 inches, was not immobilized by going over the rocky terrain in the water. Some shooting, some merciful cover saves on my army here. Shooting from the autocannon was just out of range of this unit of Warwalkers. That guy fired autocannon and 2 las cannons in here, 2 penetrations, but I made my cover save with the squadron, as you can see behind the trees there. Missiles from that vehicle back there would have fired with cover, but they missed both shots. So that was that, and we're on to top of turn 3. My red ball of death continues to move forward. All right, so rounding up top of turn 3, what happened for Eldar? Succeeded on guiding these guys, succeeded on fortuning the unit, failed to fortune the avatar though. Shooting into here, we wasted a bunch of shooting trying to crack this damn thing open, but eventually we had to waste our guided scatterwalkers. What a waste, just a ton of shots and just cracked it open. But as a reward for our efforts, though, those poor bastards got pinned. So they're actually pinned for next round. Very unlucky there. Otherwise, this guy fired at that Predator, 3rd turn in a row, but just cannot connect, cannot do anything. These snipers, on the other hand, managed to fire in, and they made it so that Razorback can't move or shoot. So that was helpful. These guys just moved up and ran a few inches onto this area. And these guys just shifted around for shooting, and that was it. So back with bottom of turn 3. Bottom of turn 3 wrap up, because there is an exciting combat starting. These scouts are going for broke here, charged in, shot at these guys, charging into my Wraithguard and Eldrad. Brave bastards that they are. Over here, Terminators said, we're sick and tired of chickening out in the vehicle. They came out here, moved up to where this guy is. He's representative of where their base was. They rolled double 1s to go through. They needed 5 inches to charge into this Wraithguard unit. We measured it later. They needed 5, but they only got double 1s, so those poor bastards are stuck out there. But these guys are going to start a combat. What else happened this turn? Shooting into here, blew away one of these walkers. Explosion killed one of the guys, the guardians over here. That was from the missiles over there. Some shooting against these guys, but they managed to make some cover saves. One of them died, though, from some generic shooting. Las Cannon had no cover against this guy here, but missed miraculously, despite being a twin link. So this guy's still alive. And we're going to do this combat back in a bit. Okay, so, yeah, bottom of turn 3, what happened? So pretty bad combat for Eldrad. I mean, we didn't take any wounds, but we only killed 1 guy. 1 pathetic scout died to this, like, awesome collection of dudes. But we won combat. They stuck it out with insane courage roll, double 1s, so they're sticking it out there. And we're locked in combat over here, so that's pretty interesting. On to turn 4. Okay, middle of top of 4, wrap up. Combat continues over here. Combat starts over here. This guy fired at that vehicle with a combination of shooting from other things. Some squad guys in here managed to immobilize it as well, so he's probably going to tear through that. Over here, Avatar is charging into the Librarian and surviving 2 Terminators. We doomed the Terminators, failed to be able to fortune the Avatar. But with Doom, we managed to fire this whole squad there. These Warwalkers, a bunch of melted from that guy. Killed a bunch of Terminators. There's just 1 hammer, 1 claw guy, I think, and 1 Librarian. The Librarian is down to 1 wound, actually. And so that's that over there. Otherwise, what happened, we tried... That was it. We're just shooting it over here and over there. We didn't shoot anything else. Oh, no, sorry. This guy finally managed to do something, fired at that Razorback, and wrecked it. So those guys popped out, made their leadership, though. So that Razorback is wrecked now, just because I don't want those guys running across the table to take that objective. So I had to make that happen. But... and we're on today, so rounding up that combat. We managed to kill 3 of these guys over here, but somehow that 1 guy stuck it out with leadership. No wounds caused against me. This guy just exploded that vehicle. Explosion put a wound on that 1 guy, the 1 Space Marine, but he made his save. Put 2 wounds into my unit, but I passed both saves. Over here, we put some attacks in the Librarian, missed them both, put some attacks, killed 1 Terminator. Nobody could wound us in return, so the Avatar won combat by 1, but they stuck it out. They're stubborn anyways, so they're not going to go anywhere. And that was it, so we're on to the bottom of turn 4. Yeah, I'm entrenched here pretty well. I do have 2 units, but okay, so bottom of turn 4, Eldrad finally just killed that guy. They consolidated only 1 inch. Avatar decided to kill the Librarian. This guy did a wound to the Avatar, but he passed with 4+ vulnerable. Lost by 1, but he stuck it out, so we're still tied up over here. Shooting into this guy from, I believe it was that vehicle there. No, sorry, that guy there moved, fired just as autocannon, got lucky and managed to blow away one of my walkers even with the cover. Shooting from missiles from that flying guy over there, managed to put a wound here. Shooting from las cannon, finally blew away this Wraithlord over here. And those guys just moved forward. They were too far to charge, so they decided just to run, and they ran 6 inches. Look how close they are to everything. Pretty awesome. So on to turn 5. Back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up top turn 5. Fortunately, these guys, doom on those guys, doom on that one guy over there, because the librarian's dead now. Fired just about everything we could. Warwalkers, these guys, missile from here. Wraith cannons, pistol, and those guys killed about half the unit, and now we're charging into the remnants over there. Combat continues over here. This guy fired at that vehicle, but only made it so he can't shoot. Okay, so rounding up, so sorry, just to finish that off, so this guy did fire at that vehicle, and didn't manage to get through. I forgot to fire these guys, unfortunately, but you know, we're running out of time, so. Okay, rounding up those combats over here. Eldrad killed those 2 guys, so this guy should be dead as well. And then we put 2 wounds into Pedro, but Pedro managed to kill one of these dudes, and Power Fist put 2 wounds, insta-kill wounds in Eldrad, but is invulnerable past. So we won, but he stuck it out because Pedro is stubborn. Over here, Avatar just chopped through that Storm Shield Terminator, consolidated towards that tank. And that's okay, so it turns pretty fast now, so that thing just flew over there, managed to multi-melt the 2 missiles, blew away that remaining Wraithlord with 2 wounds, killed him instantly. Those guys moved and ran a few inches. Vehicle couldn't shoot, so just provided cover for them. Over here, Gong Show combat. No wounds caused on either side. We're going to see if the game ends on a 1 or 2. Oh, the pain continues on to turn 6. All right, let's go really fast now. They just killed that guy, consolidated 1 inch. Haven't even bothered to move him yet, though. Melta into there, exploded. Wrecked it, didn't explode it. Machine guns over here, only killed a couple guys. Snipers only managed to get some wounds in, and they passed all their stupid cover saves. And they didn't run away from leadership, so that's it. Oh, rounding up, bottom of turn 6. Those guys managed to get on the objective there. This piece of crap flew out here and just gunned down my walker. And these guys fired into here, but made all my saves with fortune. And we're going to see the game ends on a 1, 2, or 3. The game ends. Thank you, sir. Good game. So he managed just a fluky-ass tie because he got those guys across the board despite all my shooting at them. Amazing. Amazing. But a good game. Thanks, man.